Hi, it's Daniel James here with my presentation video just showing off the final version of my tank game. So you press play here and it just opens up onto this menu screen. It's a separate level from the actual game itself, and you had two options. You can just exit and it will just quit the game out, or you can play and it takes you onto the screen, which is a separate UI widget where you have the option of either picking 1v1 deathmatch or a 2v2 deathmatch. We're going to go for the 1v1 just now. I'm going to be controlling both players. I've got the controller for the second one and the keyboard and mouse for the first one, just for demonstrative purposes. As you can see, as soon as you enter the game, it creates a separate screen for each player. When I show the 2v2, it will create 4 screens, but it's just doing the 1v1 right now. You get the option to pick one of 3 tanks. You have the light, the medium, and the heavy. They've got varying speeds, varying health values, different starting weapons, and different abilities. And here are your scores, the team's current score, obviously the red team, blue team, but their score it'll be the same for now, both 0. I'm going to start out picking as a medium tank for both of them at the moment. And here's the game. You've got the basic UI, each of them has a separate UI on their screen. There's your health value down in the bottom left. Above that is the current cooldown on your ability. So when your ability is ready, it's full, and when it's just been used, it'll empty. Then on the right side, you've got the name of your weapon down the bottom, the amount of ammo you've got just above that, and then above that is your reload bar. So after each shot, it reloads briefly. When it's full, you can shoot. When it's empty, you can't. So I'm currently controlling the characters on the red team right now. So this is a 1v1 match, and this is our map. It's got blocking volumes all the way around it, so you can't get off it. And then all these rocks creating a sort of maze. It is roughly symmetrical. You don't want things to be too symmetrical because it looks a little bit boring, but it's it's rocks creating this kind of maze-like level. Around the level there are weapon pickups. I can't pick up this weapon because it's a cannon and I've already got one of those equipped, but you can run over any of these weapon pickups to pick up a weapon you don't already have, and you can have one of each weapon type. You can swap between those. Let me just demonstrate the combat. So I currently, being my red tank, I'm going to drive over to where the blue tank is sat. I'm going to destroy him. So he's over here. I left click or right trigger to shoot. Bang, it hits him, and that's dealt 25 damage to him. I get him down to 0 health and he will die. It's a little bit difficult to control the keyboard and mouse, so actually from now on I'm going to be using the controller to control the blue character. It's very much made for the controller, but I've only got one, so for now I'm just going to have to make do. And there you go, the tank's destroyed because its health got down to 0. As you can see with each of my shots, it does properly reduce my ammo and the reload bar. And both tanks die perfectly. As you can see, they've each got 1 kill, and so each team has 1 score. Now, taking my blue tank, I'm going to go and demonstrate some of the pickups quickly. But first, here's my ability. On the normal tank, the medium tank, your ability, which is done by left trigger or right mouse button, is a shield. It makes you immune to damage for just a split second. I'll go demonstrate that's usage over here. Right, so if I shoot the red tank, it does a bit of damage. However, if I, as the red tank, apply my shield and then get shot, no damage is dealt, but then once the shield comes off, damage is dealt. So it's got a little cooldown there. As you can see, pressing the button, nothing's happening because it's on cooldown, and as soon as it's back off, it's fine. Right, now I'm going to go demonstrate some of the pickups quickly. As I said, I can't pick up the cannon because I already have one of those. If I roll over it and then press the bumpers or the scroll wheel, nothing happens. Because I already have one, it doesn't add it to my inventory. Whereas if I go and pick up a launcher, which I don't have one of, I can now swap between the two of them. Let's go collect each of the weapons. Get one launcher and a cannon. Now I'm going to get a laser as well, so I have all three of those in my inventory. And the final weapon, I think we have one over here, is the machine gun. It's a faster firing. As you can see, let me just demonstrate each of those working on the red tank. So we've done the cannon, here's the rocket. It does an area effect, it's slow moving, and it's got a lower turn speed as well. As you can see, the speed at which my I can turn my turret varies depending on what weapon I'm using. So the cannon's the slowest of all, very slow. Fires it, it creates an area effect on impact, which does area damage. So if you are in a 2v2 and the enemy is standing close together, you can potentially hit multiple enemies with one shot from that, and it does quite a lot of damage as well, as you can see right there. Now we have the laser. The laser is our hit scan weapon. That laser beam there is just for show. It is a hit scan. The beam there is just an actor that spawns in to show the range of it, and then instantly destroys itself. But the advantage of the laser is that it is a hit scan, so you don't have to lead your target at all, like with your other weapons. So I can just bang, it's dealt the damage. It does only do damage to the first person it hits. And you can shoot over walls as well with everything, all weapons. You can except for the laser. Actually, that's the disadvantage of it. All the other ones, because they are projectile based, you can shoot over things. The disadvantage of the laser, although it's fast firing, high damage, hit scan, you can't fire over walls with it. Is the machine gun. You can see it's quite similar to the cannon, same idea, except it's lower damage but much faster firing. And that's each of the weapons. Demonstrate some of the other pickups. As you can see, my ammo now on my machine gun is 25. Run over this, it goes up to 35. It just adds 10 to the ammo of your currently equipped weapon. Nice and simple, nothing too complicated there. And now let me just demonstrate the health pickup really quickly. If I go over and shoot this red tank, it taken some damage. Now I go find myself a health pickup, one right here, and there you go. It's bumped my health back up a little bit. Now just to skip ahead to demonstrate the win condition of the game. The blue team have 9 points now, so one more death for the red team and it's game over. Just finish him off really quickly, and there you go. If blue team wins, I can press return to menu and take me back to the opening screen. There you go. Now I'll just demonstrate that the 2v2 works as well. Go into 2v2 deathmatch, and there you have 4 separate screens. If I just show off the heavy tank's ability, it's a mine, lands on the floor before exploding, does damage. And then the light tank, if I demonstrate that, that's the it's a dash, just a short little dash, makes it more maneuverable. The light tank's also much faster but has lower health, and the heavy tank is slower but has more health.